Hey, it worked.
Hey, yeah.
We just got home.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
Hi, guys.
I'm extremely tiny, but that's fine. I need to be humbled. So yeah, so we should probably just talk about those couple of audio files that just came through, the most recent stuff.
Yeah.
So you said Kim was yodeling. And I looked at it as, oh, there was some cool little like voice inflection things that I just love, that kind of stuff where the voice breaks and the falsetto like kicks in momentarily.
Right.
I think it's got character. There is some stuff in there that I want to go back and like show you exactly the word that you sang, Kim. That was, to me, it was just like, it was amazing sounding. So no, seriously, that kind of stuff where it's like kind of like out of the box and like not so nice. You know, that stuff just speaks to me. I just like things that make it sound like, oh, that's Kim.
Growing up, I was always in, like, music was my thing. I was always in the music classes and everything, but I could never really do the vocals right.
Yeah.
Like the opera kind of style. Or the big voice, you know,
Yeah.
that was never me. So my whole thing was to just have this, like, more quirkiness about whatever my character, you know. When I was doing my last solo record, I just felt like the guy that was coaching me, every time I did that was the wrong.
It's genre.
A lot of that.
I experienced the same thing. I got like 20 years worth of trying to be a normal musician. I almost forgot like what is really me.
Your sauces.
Yeah. And that's
Look how many salsa I make.
just coming back to me now being with you guys. So
I love it. Yeah, and you know what? And briefly, because that yodeling comment, I think that I feel exactly the same as you, Frank. Like, those are my favorite parts. Those are the things that are the most character, that are the most unique,
Yep.
and most cool. So I said that last night, maybe in like defense.
Yeah.
Right?
we like start to defend in anticipation. Like we're not actually having a problem. It's just we might.
Exactly.
Well, I heard it back. I'm like, well, I've got a little bit of yodeling going on.
Yeah.
You said that. I forgot that you said that. We're now Kim's finding her voice place that really fits the band. But I think we're also accelerating when a normal band gets together and for 2 years they're like going through all this process to discover themselves. We're like compressing all that down to like try to develop the sound and wipe away 20 years of growing apart and get us back together.
For me, it's a whole different experience because I was like thinking back through and I'm like, no, I guess I've never really been in a band. Like, not really. Even though I was before.
You got thrown into one momentarily, you know?
Yes. But then even the way, so the record making process was still Paul and I just making the next record, which is very similar to every single thing I've done, which is just more like separate.
Like a solo artist and producer, you know?
Yeah, like you're the songwriter writing the song and the singer singing the song, and then you're bringing in the instrumentalists and coaching them. And
It's kind of a reverse process because everything's originating and then like, it's not that the vocals are the last thing. The concept starts with whatever you or Dave or Paul or whatever bring in, but it evolves very rapidly.
It's evolving!
A different direction sometimes. Like, I mean, it just gets thrown on its head, and so now you're like rethinking, like, oh, I wasn't thinking it would be anything like this.
Yeah. And letting that go can be hard, right? Yeah. We've seen it with Dave. These songs become so drastically twisted. But in fairness, so has mine. Like, Beautiful Colors, I saw one way, and it's totally, it took this journey where it went this other way, and then it went this other way. But the bottom line is, it takes a journey, and it needs to take that journey to become our song, you know?
Yeah. So, Dave, how are you? Are you getting ready?
Yes.
For next week?
Fingers bleeding and cracked. And
No, I was thinking about you like, man, it's like, you know, the clock is ticking a little bit. Not to add any pressure or anything, because it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I did something to my back, so that's why I was joking about the jacuzzi thing. So my shoulders are all jacked up. I think I worked out too much.
Spread the fingers out, jazz hands.
Yeah, I've been having fun just playing along to them and getting more comfortable. And what I've noticed is, so what I'll do is put on something that at least I know that's similar in vibe.
Okay.
So I'll play to Picaro because he loosens me up. and then I'll go to our stuff, and so that gives me like the mindset, I guess.
Okay, like sets you in the right direction.
Yeah, you get the vibe going, because we're still kind of raw in our stuff. But then I was just saying, like, I think it was 2 days ago, I played through them, I come in, I'm all sweaty, and Kim's like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, but I was starting to feel them, like starting to own that's what I was saying even with you guys, is like, I feel like I'm starting to own the songs, because for the longest time I've been like, I don't know, are these even good songs compared to what we did before? Because I think, like, Paul, to your point, it's just so fast. It's so like, dude, we've played together 6 times, I think. Yeah. It's not like tour where you're driving around and you're like, oh, I have this song, and we write it, and then we play it that night somewhere, and then you play it next. It's like, this is so compressed, like you said, and so that I haven't been able to own them at all.
Yeah.
And I'm not a studio guy, so I don't have to put that on myself and just be able to play to the tunes. So I've been having fun playing along to them, because now I'm starting, oh, I'll try this, oh, I'll try that. And just comfortable enough so that when we do get in there, I can, if we go a different direction, I still have the vibe down,
Yeah, cool.
But I feel like I'll be okay. I mean, if we could start with, like, Get to You, something that doesn't, like, exhaust me, I think that's a good one to start with, just because I really only play half the song.
So Get to You is like my Wonderful Wonder. I just have to play that lick perfectly forever. Like a machine. So that'll be fun. So that'll be like the worst for me if we come out of the gate. So I'll get that behind me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm starting to become like, okay, I'm starting to feel proud of this a little bit.
Yeah, that's great to hear, and I feel the same way. And I forget how fast it has been, right? Yeah. And I know, again, from a perspective of these like solo album style, everything's kind of quick. Here's a song. Get the arrangement, hire the guys, record it. It all happens very quick. But for the sake of it being a rock band and all of us really being patient to get all of our influences in, because they really are a great blend of all of our personalities. And but to have it all happen over the course of just 3 months.
I mean, like, I've been watching these Chili Pepper things, 9 months, like sequestered in Maui or in Kauai or something with Rick Rubin, and it's like, what are we even thinking to try and put something out in like a few months when we only need a week? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's
my normal jobs.
I know, that's honestly my concern. Like, as much as I agree with you guys, like, this is crazy, like what we're already doing, but are we like the people out there that we like? They're going to be listening, hopefully. They're not like judging it by, oh, look what these guys pulled off in this time. Right. They're just like, do I like the song?
Well, so I still go back to, the music is just part of it. Like, putting out the album to me is not the end goal still. The end goal is we're communicating with people who maybe might remember us. Mm-hmm. We're doing it through YouTube, we're doing it through music. So to me, it's not like, if it's not absolutely just off the chart, you know what I'm saying? I'm at peace with that. Because it's just part of, our video quality is not off the chart, And so it will be a step up from, just because we're not doing time and resource. I mean, we're leaning on Paul's, not very large need for sleep.
Oh,
hello, doggy.
All the puppies, all the dogs.
So I like what you're saying, Frank. I have to, I go back and forth between mindsets, and I'm just so geared toward, like, well, for one thing, just like making the best. Like, it's got to be the best, whatever. Like, I'm always like, Paul and I went out to lunch yesterday, and I'm like, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? And Paul's like, this doesn't have to be our end all meal.
It's not the last meal we're ever going to eat.
Exactly. It could just be lunch.
Yes.
There's just also, like, just the old school, like, you're making your record, and you have to choose your best songs for your record, but it's not even that, right? Like, we're just going along, and we are, like, if I think of it as, like, this is what we have right now, we're just sharing it with everybody, and we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
But we just have to keep going, because I don't want it to be over.
Well, yeah, and so that's the thing, though. That's the Frank, the counselor.
We'll solve this problem together.
Chime in and say, hey, you know what? I mean, sustaining is more important than ramping up and crashing.
Yeah.
So we'll find a pace. And it's going to fluctuate depending on the time of year, for me, and we've already talked about all that. And, each of you has other commitments too. So I want to be able to weave in and out of that stuff and not, it's supposed to be fun.
Right.
We're having a good time. We're reconnecting. In the process, other people can benefit from it. It's a win-win.
Win-win-win.
So we just need to chill,
And I agree with that. Like, Kim, I want this to be excellent, and I'm not interested if it's not really, really great.
Yeah.
But obviously it is for us personally, it's far more than that and more important than that. But it is still our craft and like my craft, and I want it to be excellent. But these songs are interesting and they're worth recording.
Yeah, are you going to like and subscribe?
I'm going to like and subscribe.
I asked Sylvia, which is the best song of these four? I played them back to back to back to back. She says Trampoline by far is the best thing. She says,
but it's also there's something more likable about a song that's more complete, too. Do you think?
She just says it just rings in her head. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And even the word trampoline just and
it's quirky.
Not used in the song very often.
Get to You, Trampoline, and then Beautiful Colors.
Yeah.
In that sequence, if we don't get to Beautiful Colors, it's not the end of the world.
Beautiful Colors is the fastest and most, but it's not hard. It's not like time. It's just up tempo.
Yeah, if we get to Beautiful Colors, you'll probably feel like you're coasting downhill a little bit.
Or my shoulders will burn.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, is there a massage person at the...
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, somebody's tense.
It's only $250 an hour. Massages for everyone.
Get to You is going to be the smallest sound in sense of, we're not going to use as big of a room sound. We're not going to use as much ambience. My vision of it is to be drier and so forth. So it'll be more unique. And then we move on to everything else is more rock and roll. Both Hudson and Maggie really want to come into the studio. I'm very aware, just like nobody likes other people's dogs. You guys probably aren't happy about having our kids hang around. So I just thought that I told them, well, if Dave and Frank are okay with it, and you can be totally honest, they're also old kids. They're in high school. It's not like they're 5-year-olds running around with juice boxes. And they're just, hang out on the couch in the back and just sit there. Hudson will have clear rules, no suggestions. Dave,
the fact that you're sensitive about it and you had the forethought to just even bring it up shows me that it'll be fine.
Okay, well, good. Kim remembered in the lounge, everybody signs the ceiling.
Yeah.
And so one time we were there, Kim signed the ceiling, and then like years later, one of our friends was doing background vocals for a session. He's like, I saw your sign where you signed the ceiling. And so once Hudson heard that, and he knows that Rivers Cuomo's there from Weezer, he's like, I got to go see Rivers where he signed the ceiling.
Grown up enough to be chill at the place, but then they're still just young enough that I will be worried about them. It's hard to cover them and
Well, the thing too is we said going into this, and so if we're holding to our principles, we said going into this that it was all about relationships and it was all about that process was more important than the music. We've always said that. I've always said it. I've always felt that way. So to me, bringing your family or just having that open situation is it's part of that. It's part of my family's more important than this music.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
So
our family is our entourage.
Yeah.
You think Snoop Dogg shows up by himself?
Yeah.
Right. And they're all on the couch just.
Hello, are you open? It's Snoop Dogg. He's knocking on the door. Let me in.
All right, guys. That's awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. We'll see everybody later.
Okay, signing off.
Bye.
Bye.